actually have a special phone call.
Oh, hold on. We a man who loves Wyoming, who loves to hunt and fish. How about a word for Donald Trump Jr.? Don, what do you have to share with the people of Wyoming?
What's going on, guys? I told you. So, Wyoming, it seems like based on the numbers that Matt just talked about, it seems like Liz Cheney's favorables there are only slightly worse than her father's shooting skills. What I've seen in Republican leadership, they're supposed to do a couple of things. They're supposed to raise money to help the party. They're supposed to recruit new members. They're supposed to lead. And I've been pretty involved for the last few years, and I haven't seen Liz Cheney do any of those things. So it's time to have a change at the top. It's time to have people that are going to start representing the people. Not their own agendas, not their own nonsense, but their constituency. And since the people of Wyoming are clearly not thrilled with Liz Cheney, let's find someone who can replace her and actually do that job well. And one thing to remember is let's find someone good and let's find one person and back it. The only way that never-ending war Liz Cheney stays in there is if 20 people run, 20 people split up the vote, and she gets a couple of the rhino losers together to actually take the biggest number. So let's be careful about who it is. Don't just back the first person that comes along. Let's vet these guys and find the antithesis of Liz Cheney. Let's find someone who's for America and against wars. That's for the working man and against the special interests. Let's find exactly the opposite of her, and let's back that person fully. But let's not make that decision today. We have some time. Let's find the right one. Let's not split this vote up and blow our opportunity to get rid of a rhino.
Now, there are some who've only sought the removal of Liz Cheney following impeachment, but I'll share with you, I'm OG on the Team Cheney removal movement. I called for her ouster when she went after one of America's best congressmen, Thomas Massie. Now, Thomas might not be as well known as I am, but he's far smarter. A Kentucky genius, went to MIT, helped develop and advance virtual reality, of all things. I think Congress is probably the worst of virtual reality.
Thank you for your courage.
But you know, with Thomas, he does stuff that in Washington seems very weird, very strange, very peculiar. You see, when the leadership in both parties team up for trillions of dollars in spending without so much as a recorded vote, Thomas objects to make Congress actually show up and vote before they can sell out the American people. When presidents of both parties have tried to do an end run around Congress to suck our nation into new endless wars, Thomas Massie votes with the Constitution, not with party leadership. And when senior government officials in our intelligence community spy on Americans, break the law, and lie to Congress about it, Thomas Massie exposes them to protect the rest of us. Now, Thomas may be eccentric and different, but I think we need more brilliant people in Congress, not less. But see, there is no room for the liberty-loving contingent of our movement in Liz Cheney's Republican Party. When Massie got crossways with Trump, Liz backed a primary challenger, and Thomas won with over 80% of the vote. I welcome the libertarians, the prairie populists, the America First crowd. And I think we'll have to probably forgive each other of our preferences and our foils and follies, our peculiarities and our peccadillos, because it is going to take every one of us working together, driving our agenda and saving this great country, the greatest country that has ever existed in all of human history. I think we're better than the mean girls style of politics of Liz Cheney that would stuff the nerds into lockers and question the masculinity of her critics. In 1988, when George H.W. Bush was accepting the Republican nomination for president, he said, "I am a quiet man, and I hear the quiet people of this country. Will America first? We are not a quiet movement, and I am not a quiet man." I may be a canceled man in some corners, but I hear the forgotten, the canceled, the downtrodden, and those who believe that they need a voice in our government that actually speaks for them. And what I hear is that the silent majority is getting louder every day.